Hi! What's up, guys? I actually wasn't planning on vlogging today. I was editing some videos earlier that I took just of the mountains and nature and my family and the dog and whatnot, and I apologize, no makeup today, but whatever. When you're cute, you're good. So anyways, I felt the need to vlog this because I didn't want to forget. I just came upstairs from like a 2-hour long talk with my parents. My mom is feeling like my dad's disconnected, and I'm sure that's a part of the Alzheimer's. But she's like, I don't feel like we have a marriage anymore. We don't hug, we don't touch, we're not intimate. And a lot of it probably does have to do with him being resentful for her. He says that he finally acknowledged that he has Alzheimer's, which is huge because we weren't sure if he knew or not, like if he got it and then forgot, or I think it's more that he knows, but he's trying to make his best effort to cover it up so that we, his family, don't notice it, and so that his friends don't notice it, and so that he's not seen as, he sees as a mental illness. He keeps saying that my mom has mental illnesses and she's the one that makes him, stressed and whatnot, which, maybe she does stress him out because she's a very difficult lady sometimes. I couldn't be married to her. But I think those issues are now like coming over into play with certain behaviors that he's been exhibiting with Alzheimer's for the last few years, and we didn't know it. And my mom was saying like, oh, I forgave a lot thinking that it was the disease, but maybe it's not. He is a lot more aware than we think he is. So it was really interesting to see that he knew he had Alzheimer's. He said the doctors may have gotten it wrong, and that my mom's making more of a big deal about it than it needs to be. And, she's worried about the long term, about what could happen in the next year, about getting health care in. There's a lot of, it's $65,000 to $100,000 when the person goes into a facility because you can no longer care for them. It's several thousands of dollars to have a caregiver. So there's a lot of things that my mom is an accountant, so she's planning, and she's taking on all these stresses and feels like there's no affection or there's a disconnect from him. And so they don't really, excuse me, sorry. My dad made me deer chili, which is my favorite, so I've been eating it all week, so I'm burping. But so that I feel like that disconnect that she feels is a function of the disease, but it also has to do with issues they had before in their marriage that was carried over. And so I suggested going to counseling. My mom said her therapist said he didn't think counseling would work because of the disease that my dad will forget, but I'm not really sure. It's such an imperfect science, and no one knows really where he is in it, just that he's acting weird and that you have glimpses of him and it's great, but it's literally to the point where sometimes I feel like I'm with a stranger. Like, my dad has been such a big part of my life. He's my stepdad, but he's been such a big part of my life and pretty much adopted me. Would drive to my college, which was 4 hours away at North Carolina State, and would help me pick out dresses for my sorority functions. He walked me down the aisle in my first wedding to a woman. He had the daddy-daughter dance, and last night when him and I were talking, I'm recently engaged again, as you guys know, he asked me about my fiance and what his name was. When I said, her name is Natalie, you've met her before many times, I've been with her for 2 years, he seemed confused and was like, how do two women get married? And that broke my heart because I feel like I had to come out to him again, and he looked like bothered and concerned by it. And I said, I call him Bubsky, his nickname. You were at my last wedding, you helped pay for it. I guess it's kind of good to just remember you helped pay for it. Maybe I'll pay for this one. And I reminded him, you were there. You saw two girls get married. And he looked at me like he didn't get it. And then today, it's like he was normal. So there's times when he's literally there, he's himself, he's in touch with his feelings, he knows what's going on. And sometimes it's like a blank wall, like a person you don't know. And this is like hashtag life with Alzheimer's. So I'm on day number 5. I leave on Thursday. Today's Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday at the airport so far that it's literally all a travel day. And it's been really hard. It's not really been a vacation. I'm sure the pictures and everything look, I'm having a great time, and it is great to see everyone. I saw my best friend from college and, my family, but it's been really hard watching my mom break down a lot, and it's been really hard watching the changes of my dad. And they say Alzheimer's affects the people around him more than it affects the people, which I totally get that. So, sorry for such a down, depressing post or vlog, whatever. It has been good to be up here and to be a support to my mom, and I don't know, it's hard. That's hard. Alright guys, good talk. So this is a list that my mom helped my dad to write of things to do for her when he begins to forget. Simple things like telling her she's pretty, giving her hugs and affection. Hi! I'm sitting in the car waiting on my dad, who was inside this printing shop trying to get banners printed for his properties that are for rent. So we had lunch together. He apparently does not remember much of last night's talk with my mom. He goes over the same thing over and over again, that she's crazy, she's trying to blow things out of proportion, which she does, but he don't think he realizes the extent of things, of having Alzheimer's. And I don't want to upset him, so I kind of just placate him. But we had a nice lunch. We had one drink, a beer, and tacos, and enjoy spending time together. It's still kind of a little strained. I feel like he doesn't have as much of a personality as he used to, but I enjoyed being with him. It's definitely a lot different when my mom's not around, and she's wanting me to keep him from the house so that she has peace, which I think is just messed up. She's being very selfish about this, and I feel like you should be enjoying the time we have with him. But she apparently canceled their trip to Ireland and is canceling the other trip she had planned, and wants to pack her own stuff, just her clothing and her, God, I look so sloppy, I know. I was woken up super early by my dad and was like, let's go, so I threw on and just said let's go. But yeah, it looks like my mom wants to move out. Might be the best thing for him because she stresses him out, and that's not helping anything. So I'll keep vlogging, posting some pictures of being out today with my dad. We went downtown Boone, which is very small, and he's gonna drive me on the parkway to see some views and get some ideas for where to take some of my engagement pictures. So trying to focus on the positive shit because this is a lot. All right, good talk. Look over here at this mountain on the left. Get better once the trees clear. It's Grandfather Mountain, and it's literally in the shape of a river. Cool. Now it's right in front of us. Grandfather Mountain. Get a much better view. So I absolutely love the drive up to my parents' house. It's like 5 minutes of this, so I didn't tape the whole thing because it would bore you. But literally, the houses are all on the golf course, and there's estates buried. You can see the driveway, but you can't see the houses. Multi-million-dollar houses. It's insane. We definitely have the smallest house here. I mean, just look at that house up there. And you got your golf course. You can see it down there. Golf course is all around the development. There's our neighbors. See their posts and their driveway, but you can't even see the house. That's how long their driveway is. And then this is our little house. It's home. It's big enough for us. Little piece of nature in the middle of the woods. Used to be so peaceful. Now with my dad's disease, things aren't quite as peaceful as they used to be. But one day at a time, one day at a time. What you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, princess? You're a precious little girl.